So this deck came in 7 in a 70 plus people tournament. So it's probably the best Melmetal deck right now. When the packs first came out, I tried Melmetal but without the apron, and there were a lot of Blazicans. So it wasn't a good time for this deck. This deck has been through a few iterations by Nagi, another Pokemon Pocket content creator. I saw him start with a Zangoose in the original deck, and now he's here with Stantler. I think this iteration seems pretty sound. You are essentially playing Melmetal like you would a Mega, mainly going with 1-1-2 instead of 1-1-3, but in really rare cases you get to go into a 2-2. Overall, it's not a bad deck. I think you can use this to climb, but do note it's definitely going to break from time to time, as you'll see in this video. Anyway, let's get into some games so I can show you the deck. Hello. Alright. Okay, so we get a good start against yeah, I forget the names because it's been a while since I faced this deck. But yeah, not great for us, but not bad really, because we do get a good start. Yeah, I just dropped everything and I threw the red because I know that there's most likely not going to be an EX in this deck. At most, they would have something else, like a lot of random things, but not an EX most of the time. Macago, yeah, okay. So we have an awesome start, and the last card in our hand is Melmetal, which is awesome. So we do get to deal 80 damage on the next turn. So here, yeah, Copycat for sure. I think here, on hindsight, maybe not attacking with Melmetal, you know, might have been the better play. I'm not sure, because I mean, you could argue that if you know, for some off reason Macago just does 150 to Melmetal, we lose the game, right? But you know, I mean, I think, you know, it's we hit the fun. So at the end of the day, if you get, you know, killed here, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. So if we are in a tournament, I think the right play in that sense would just be to chill, stay on the bench, you know, build up one more energy and then attack the next turn. But yeah, I just wanted to put some pressure on, you know, because Melmetal could get hit anywhere as well, and that would not be great for us. But yeah, so I just decided to go for it, and yeah, it turned out good, so that was nice. So here, just trying to clear my hands, putting, you know, the cape and all to prevent myself from getting red carded, or at least, you know, not suffer too much from a red card. Okay, here it's we kind of have a weird start, because most of the time you want to start with Pichu, obviously. Well, Stantler is not too bad to start with, because, you know, it becomes like a Dradagon essentially in some cases. If you do have Pichu, we can still move out, pump it, and then, you know, go and deactive and stuff. But yeah, so for this match, since we are really card low, and like we only have 2 cards in hand, I think the best move is just to start building Melmetal and just let like Chingling do it itself, right? Oh yeah, so I forget, you know, I can't Poké Ball because of Chingling. So I think I was thinking a lot during this game that a lot of people don't play Sabrina as much anymore, but I think I've been proven wrong, as you'll see in the rest of this video. A lot of people do play Sabrina, or maybe it's coming back, right? Especially with, you know, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to play Sabrina also, because if you're playing against Megas, and for some Megas, especially like Altaria, you're trying to avoid Altaria instead and kill everything else, or take out everything else. And I think that's when the Sabrina definitely comes in handy. So here we still are kind of like chilling, because the reason we don't evolve is that if we do draw into a Pichu, we can and X speed, maybe we can retreat and then start pumping energy onto Melmetal as well. But you know, we don't get that, so Yeah, the good part is we do have Melmetal in hand, so we at least we evolve here, which puts the opponent in a weird situation because they can't attack. I mean, they can't attack me next turn after I deal damage to them. Oh, okay, but let's see, 80 they can. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I semi, now thinking back, I semi misplayed here because I think the right move would be to just evolve to Melmetal and then just deal 80 damage. Because they still won't be able to attack me the next turn because I will deal 150 damage short of. So if they had a, so if I do 80, they're 110. If they had a Lily, they will be at 170. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. They probably have a Lily in hand. But anyway, I kind of decided to go like the sort. I don't know whether it's safer route, but be able to deal 150 damage. Kind of playing it like I would play if it was a mega. I would want to only attack when I am at full potential. Let's put it that way. So here, whatever I do, I kind of force them to get into the second mega, right? And I think that's a harder thing to do. The first one generally is not easy, right? But even if you get in, it's fine, right? But the second one, most of the time, it's harder. So yeah. Yeah, I want to go back to see how many cards they have in their deck. I want to see how many cards they have in their deck. So they have 9 cards in deck. So I was thinking if I wanted to empty my red card out here, that's why I was checking for how many cards they have in deck. And they have 3 cards in hand. So that I mean, if they had like 4 cards in deck, 4 or 5 cards in their deck, I might just red card to empty my hand. I think I was looking for the sake of Copycat here. So if they have 4 or 5 cards in hand, I mean the red card likely won't come in handy later. Any much more later in the game, right? But then with 9 cards in hand, there's still a high chance that the red card comes in handy at some point because there's still a chance for them to draw quite a big amount of cards into their hand. So that's why I checked it and I decided, okay, no, I'm not going to play the red card. I don't think it benefits me to Copycat at this point as well because I'm not exactly searching for anything. If anything, I need more energy onto my second Melmetal in case I get Sabrina. So that at least puts me in a better position. So them getting into Pidgeotto is not great for us because that means all they need is just the last Mega Pidgeot to come in. But the good part is we do have Sabrina in hand. So I decided to red card here because I think that at least we get 1 card. The last round they only had 3 cards in hand. I think on hindsight, I feel that on hindsight, I think saving that okay, because I'm relatively new to playing the deck, right? This is probably my like 7 or 8 game or maybe 10th game, I'm not sure, but relatively new. I think I would have kept the X speed in that instance because again, a Copycat was not going to benefit me much. So but the X speed could save me right here because if they do Sabrina me, I could X speed right now. I mean, I could put the energy X speed back and still attack with a healthy Melmetal. Of course, then the second part is Cyrus, but yeah, basically I was hoping to also reduce my hand to a size where a Copycat wouldn't help them, right? But thankfully here we do a Sabrina, so we just win the game outright. That's 2-0. We are having a good start. Okay, so this is a tricky one because it's Gyarados, which if we don't draw into like what do you call it, to energy giving like a Pichu, or you know, we don't get into the active, we are kind of in a weird spot. So here, just trying to keep my hand low, so throwing down. Again, I play around Guzmas, meaning I ignore that there might be a Guzma, because I just don't see it as often at the point, at the moment at least. So here I decided to, you know, go into the active to kind of sort of abuse the situation, right? Okay, so the opponent had 8 cards left in hand. I don't think at that point a red card would have been, you know, would have been too hurtful to the opponent. It wouldn't really help me too much. So I thought, okay, you know, just show it and then you know, copycat, so I get the maximum value for my copycat. So here, because I had the XP, I decided to, you know, put my Meltan in the active to pump. So here, I think, loosely put, one of the mistakes I might have made is to play double Meltans, and not playing Stantler. I think that, you know, I think this was probably the point where I realized that I have to treat this deck like a mega deck, where you need, okay, so if you guys have watched my previous videos and I like play Mega Altaria with Dragon Altaria, you know, we use Dragon Altaria to kind of bait / clear small basics, or I mean small Pokemons, right? Like non-EXs, and so we have to bait them. That's how we bait them to get their megas into the active before we get our megas, right? So we get the first hit essentially on their megas. And I think this was probably a game that I realized that, you know, yeah, I should have saved the slot for Stantler. I could have used Klefki here. Actually, on hindsight, okay, yeah, at that point I realized, on hindsight, I should have used Klefki to remove the heavy helmet, and to, yeah, I should have. So I thought I was smart, because what I did was I used Meltan to bait them instead, right? Because if I keep pumping and I get into a 2-2, they're in trouble, right? So yeah, that was a bad play. I'm not sure whether it would have saved me, honestly, as if you watch this game go through, because I thought about it and I don't think I would have won this match either way, partly because of their Pukumuku. You'll see why in a bit. So right now, obviously Melmetal is in some danger, right? Opponent is 1 point, we have 0 points. We could take out this Mantyke, but we would take 130 damage from their Mega Gyarados the next turn, and then die the following turn. So I had to retreat here. I didn't really have a choice. And I knew at this point it wouldn't have been so bad if they were playing Cyrus, because what happens is, if they come in with their the full health Mega Gyarados, we would be fine, because we deal 80 and then followed by 150, which I think, based on rough calculations, wait, 80 plus 150, 230. Okay, if they did have Irida, we would have lost as well, which this deck normally plays 1 Irida at least. But yeah, so at this point I was I misplayed here for sure again, because yeah, I wanted to, I forgot the center needed to have a cape, like a tool, a Poké tool to deal max damage, because I know that if I did the max damage here, I would have been fine. I would have won the game. That's the only difference I think that yeah, that I kind of messed up on. So this Pichu, yeah, inconsequential, but the point is, this Pukumoko, what happens is as long as I attack it, I'm screwed. But if I don't attack it, they're just gonna keep poking me with the Pukumoko, which then till the point where Mega Gyarados just comes in and takes me out. So I knew at the point of GG. I just attack and to kind of not waste time if anything. But yeah, because I think if I look back, even if I guess if I took out the Mantyke. Yeah, I guess if I took out the okay, now I see it. If I took out the Mantyke with my full, and then I Sabrina, I would have won. Yeah, okay. I could have won that. Now thinking back. Okay, I mean it is what it is. You learn as you go, right? Okay, here we get a decent start. I mean, pretty nice start, really. Oh, did I lose this? I might have lost this. I'm thinking about it. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This was a tough one. Yeah, so we want to get in. We're just gonna keep pump. I think here I just plan to build Melmetal and go in. Okay, maybe not. I'm trying to put up Stantler here. So yeah, I wanted to see what they do. At this point, I wasn't sure yet because yeah, Pichu's going down next turn, so something has to go to the active, and I didn't want to put a Meltan there. So Stantler was definitely going into the active. Yeah, so they were pumping Mega Absol, which means that the likelihood is that the next turn they're gonna bring in Mega Absol to take out Stantler. So I was like, nah, okay, I'm not gonna put energy onto the Stantler and then be stuck, not dealing any damage the next turn. Here I would say my misplay on this is really a hindsight thing for me, and the Klefki I wanted to like hold in hand to like bait or wait for another two tools to use it. I don't know, I think I should just put it down there. So even if I don't bait the tool, bait another tool, what happens is I am able to just use it when I need it, and well, I got carded there. But weird because I got carded on 2 cards, so I did not expect obviously to get carded, right? So here I'm just trying to empty my hand out. Yeah, so the XP in my hand, I didn't feel like burning it, although I think burning it there wouldn't have been too bad. But because I think I do value the not retreating, but I do value being able to get out of Sabrina situations in this point, and that's why I kept it in hand, so that it goes back into my deck. So here, yeah, they bring in Fan Rotom, which most of the time, if you see a Fan Rotom, they're gonna have Will. You don't normally play Fan Rotom anymore without a Will. So that's bad for us because we won't be able to attack the next turn. And we lose a Rocky Helmet, which is fine. But yeah, we won't be able to attack the next turn, which is kind of bad. And if we stay in Meltan, we are gonna lose Meltan essentially, right? Because we are down 2 points. So here, pretty much not much else I can do. On hindsight, okay, so I think what I could have done is I discarded the Klefki, but because we are up against a Fan Rotom, so it's like I don't even know. Yeah, I guess I didn't want to die to a Fan Rotom where they blow us, all our Pokemon back into our hands, and we have nothing left on the board, so we lose that way. So I didn't. I was like betting that, okay, you know what? If they don't have the Sabrina, I think going into this, I was like, I don't think many people play Sabrina anymore, and so I bank on that, right? But obviously I was wrong. I mean, looking at this, a lot of people are playing Sabrinas. Yeah, and I can see why. I can see why. But I'm still more Cyrus guy. I think Cyrus gives me that that will control that I understand better, but obviously Sabrina is good. So, you know, take your poison and go with it. So here, this is one of those games that, you know, our setup and everything was perfect. So the start, you can start so well with this deck, but if your cards don't come, you can get so screwed, that's all. 14 cards in deck. We draw professors. I think earlier we just played Copycat if I'm not wrong. So our draw power has been kind of insane. Here I just put up Stantler again to tank damage, to tank hits for us. I just decided to get rid of Klefki. Again, I could have baited. It would have been fine. I think I was just looking at the Hitmonchan and I was thinking, is it Hitmonchan? The Hitmontop, and I was just thinking, I don't really want to get poked, but you know, if I got poked on that, actually it's a good thing. Thinking about it, but yeah. So here we're just looking for Melmetal, honestly, and so okay, Copycat is great, right? We have one card in hand. Going to draw a 3. Nope, you don't get it. So I just dropped the Steel Apron. Again, I'm not caring about the Guzma at this point. I put the energy on Meltan because at this point of time, I like to, you know, put the energy on the thing I'm going to use because, yeah, if I do get Sabrina, at least I don't lose the energy that I put on the other Meltan, right? That's just what I feel, you know. I think that's the better way of doing things than to put the, yeah, I'd rather just put all my energy on the one. Next turn, I'll just start building the other Meltan on the bench. So they go into him on top. Pretty smart. Here, I'm like, okay, I got professors, I got Copycat, I have 8 cards in deck. I should be able to. I get to draw 4 cards, right? That's half my deck. I should be able to get into Melmetal, but no. So I get a little frustrated. I'm just thinking, okay. But okay, on hindsight, yeah, it doesn't matter because so I'm just like, you know, it doesn't matter which Melmetal or Meltan is in the active at the moment. So I'm going to retreat this. I'm going to start pumping energy. Pumping energy on my active is pointless at the point. So yeah. So basically, if they get into second Lucario, it's GG for us because Hitmontop just takes out does 60 damage at that point, and they do. So I just leave. Yeah. So yeah, getting breaks so hard. I mean, 4 cards left in deck and we didn't get there. But you know, so you know, that's why. But it is what it is. That's what happens when you play any evolution decks. So I feel at some point, you know, stage 1s or stage 2s kind of just don't feel, they just feel the same in terms of like the opportunities you get to evolve. I just think it's kind of bad. Like, I mean, it's just there that you're gonna break and not, and it's gonna be the last 2 cards in your deck kind of thing. It happens and it sucks, but yeah. So here we go against Paramosa, probably an Ultra Beast with Buzzwole. I didn't want to put down any of the mountains because I don't think I needed to, and at this point, because there's not much of a threat, so I'm just gonna attack and go with it. And because the next turn I should take out this Paramosa, I'm short of Erica, but yeah, they break, so yeah, we just win here. So yeah, 3-3. So yeah, I think to be fair, I think the first few games also I was eating out this deck. I played like, you know, 6 to 7 games with it at least to kind of understand what's the best way to play this deck. But yeah, I think I probably wasn't playing it to the best possible way of playing it, but I think I did come close. If you know, that's what I feel at least. If you guys can comment if I made shitty plays. So here I'm just trying to clear my hand as much as possible. Can't clear the Melmetal, so obviously I just go with it. So here I want to retreat because I don't want to take damage, too much damage if anything, on the Meltan, and I still get to pump energy, and I used an X speed, I think. So yeah, I used an X speed before I Copycat. So I was like, okay, it's time to start pumping Meltan and hope I get back Melmetal. Okay, so I would have wanted to play Stantler in this position, but I thought about it and I'm just like, even if I bring up Stantler, I don't think I have enough time to go into I mean, again, on hindsight, I should have put in Stantler just to put into the active right here. But my thought process previously was like, I don't think I have enough time to even pump Stantler in the previous turn, which I didn't, right? But I should have just put him down, so I put him up now into the active, giving Klefki, leaving the spot back, just leaving Klefki back on the bench, right? I think that would have been the better play. But in my opinion, a lot of these moves don't really make a difference because they're still bricked. That would have saved us one more turn, maybe. Yeah, it probably would have saved us a turn. Yeah, here I just want to empty my hand. I don't want to get... Yeah, I mean, there's no point holding it, I feel. I was hoping this would be a 4th win, so at least we end this series with a positive score. But it is what it is. So we draw a Copycat, which means I would say definitely get into Melmetal here. I would say the next other problem is that we don't have X speed, and we are susceptible to two things, which is a Sabrina and a Cyrus. Which is, I think every deck will run either one of them. The red card here was great in that sense. The bad thing is we still didn't have enough energy on Melmetal, so if we took this out, I think we would have we would have a huge chance of winning this game. Yeah, but the Sabrina means it's GG because we can't give Stantler here, and yeah, so I mean, even if I put Stantler in that last turn and give it up instead, I would still be in this spot, regardless. I guess maybe not evolving into the second Melmetal on the bench is another lesson there, because I would I have been fine? Let's see. No, I would have still lost, I think. Let's see. Okay, no, yeah, if I didn't evolve this Melmetal here, I would have been the bench Melmetal. I would have been good for the turn at least. Because they Sabrina me, I bring it up. This does 50, either one does 50. I retreat, I come in and deal 80. But yeah, I mean that maybe something I might consider taking note is to not evolve the bench until I might need it. That, I mean, buying a turn at this, the end games does make a lot of difference. It could change the game because maybe they have Sabrina but they don't have Cyrus. Maybe they have, what I mean. Yeah. So hindsight. Definitely a lot to learn from this deck, yeah, because I think each deck has its own intricate moves that you can make that makes it optimal. Some decks makes more sense than the others, or more straightforward, but this deck's pretty tricky, I would say. I think especially like with the Gyarados deck on the last video as well, that was a tricky one because sometimes the interactions are so minor, but they make a big difference in the long run. Yeah, anyway, decent deck. I think you could grind ladder with this if you want something really, a bit more spicy, a bit more fun. If you enjoy getting bricked and then finding the cards you need. and then winning, because this deck definitely is winnable. If again, you know, you don't break, right? So, but if you do break, at least I know I enjoy it sometimes, as in, you know, getting not breaking, right? But then winning games when it feels like you're not supposed to win the game, kind of thing. So all in all, pretty fun, pretty strong. Yeah, hope you enjoy. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video at least. Yeah, so see you guys next time. Bye bye.